Today we are out in this lovely 1948 Ford F1, which if you've been coming to Cars and Cuppas since some of the early days, you would have seen this at quite a few events. We had it up at our first ever event and we've had it at a few events since. It's been on display with a few other American vehicles. Just thought we'd take it out today. This one needed a run, so we're just bringing it out. We've come up to Greendale, which is obviously where you can join us on the 19th of April for our Supercar Sunday. And then we're going to take you round to Winslade and to go for a little drive to Exmouth as well and just show you what's what and talk to you a little bit about what's coming up. We want to do more like features on vehicles and stuff, or if you've got a car and you want us to do like a video with yourself and talk about the vehicle, I think it'd be quite good for the channel. Especially after being out today in this, I just think it'd be quite good for the channel to do a few different things. Obviously we want to try and do more this year with content, show you around the events, meet some of the people that come to Cars and Cuppas and all that sort of stuff. I think that will be quite cool. But let's talk a little bit about, well, first of all, let's have a quick look at this truck. So, like I said, it's a 1948 Ford F1 with, if we pop this open, so we've got, I don't think it's going to bloody open now, is it? So inside here is a 5.7 litre V8, albeit it's not the cleanest at the minute. It does need a bit of a detail. So that's probably a job for me at some point. It does normally have a motorbike in the back. So if you can see here, it's got the Harley Davidson stickers. It never had a motorbike in the back up until last year. And Mike, who owns this, decided to get it all fitted out and obviously have a motorbike in the back, but it's not in the back at the minute because it's in for a MOT and in for a service. But as you see, it is absolutely mint. There's quite a lot going on in there at the minute, and there's a lot of jackets. We've been over to the Cars and Coffee event at Upton Bridge Farm today, hence why there's blankets and all that sort of stuff in there, because the driver's window is shut and it won't come back, it's down and it won't come back up, which is a bit of a nightmare. But proper simple vehicle, really cool. In today's economy, it's not the most cheapest thing to be whipping about in, but it is cool to be taking this out today whilst the sun is shining. But we're up here at Greendale Farm Shop, as we do have an event here on the 19th, which is the 3-year Cars and Cuppas anniversary meet, and it should be an absolute banger. It's Supercar Sunday themed, so in the main car park we're going to have a wide range of supercars on display, and then all other areas will have things like this, like your trucks, your classic cars, your sports cars, your performance cars and everything else in between. If we pan around quick as well, we've got Bounce Southwest. So Bounce Southwest are up for a couple of weeks. So if you're bringing like the family down and you want something to do with the kids, not only can obviously come and see the cars, there's also like a wide range of other things that you can do. And obviously because it has been nice weather, we should be able to park like the visitors and that in the field quite easily. So it'll hopefully reduce the traffic flow on like the entrance to Cars and Cuppas. Because as you know, if you've been here before, you'd know rather than the normal entrance, what you would do is come around the business park and then enter through this way here, and then you'd have Jasmine, who's filming at the minute, on the check-in somewhere along here. If you come to our February meet, you'd remember we had the circus over this side, which meant it was absolute chaos. You couldn't park or anything like that, and it was a bit of a nightmare. But as you can see now, we've got this whole space. It just needs to be sort of leveled out a little bit, really, because I don't think they've done any of that. But we have got a wide amount of space for all of your cars, which will be quite cool. Obviously, Greendale Farm Shop, they'll have the restaurant open, Oscars will be open. They might end up doing a barbecue, and obviously you can get your food and drink from Oscars and stuff like that, because like I just said, that'll be open. We might do a drive out after, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what the weather's like, see what the number's like. I know for our first year anniversary we did do a drive out, but yeah, anyway, that's a little summary of what's to come there. Obviously Friday night we've got our evening meet at Dunkeswell Raceway, so you have to get along to that if you want. That's German versus JDM. So we'll have obviously the paddock at Dunkeswell Raceway for German and JDM cars, and then all other space will be for everything else. And also you can also book the go-karting, and I have had news they should have the sim rig up as well, so you might be able to do sim racing there. But what I'm going to do now, we're going to head down to Winslade Park, as we've also on June the 28th got a big Sunday Showcase 2.0 there, which will be absolutely mega. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that and talk to you about some of the other stuff that's going on. But yeah, if you want to feature with your car on the channel, I'd love to do it. I'd love to obviously meet some of you properly, because obviously at the events I don't always get time to meet some of you, and it'd be cool content for us going forwards, as obviously we want to do more with the channel. But let's head to Winslade Park and talk to you about Sunday Showcase 2.0. Next stop, we are at Winslade Park, as we have our large car event here on the 28th of June. So we just thought we'd come up quick, show you around and talk to you about what's what. But last year was our first event here, and obviously we've got another big event planned for this year, which will be absolutely awesome. We want to try and get double the amount of cars. I think last year we had about 500 cars. We want to try and get about 1,000 and split the field into two. So we have like Land Rovers of Devon in one field and then Cars and Cuppas in the other. But as you can see, on a day like today, it makes an absolutely awesome backdrop, especially with all the cars on display and all that sort of stuff. So it should be an awesome event, which we're really looking forward to. The plans are well in motion. We're just trying to we're on the lookout for some sponsors, any businesses that want to get involved, any trade stands and all that sort of stuff. We're on the lookout for that. So if you do want to get involved with it in any way, please do let us know. Show car applications might already be open, but if not, stay tuned on our social to keep up to date with when the show car applications will be open, because it'll be fairly straightforward. Anyone who shows a car on the lawn, or anyone who gets accepted, gets a free driver's ticket. So yeah, it's effectively a free event for you. All the birds are eating the grass seed and that by the looks of it. But what we'll do, we'll pull around quick, I'll jump out and I'll talk to you about some of the cool things that we'll have at our Sunday Showcase event. So this is Winslade Manor. This is where the event will be, and it's an absolutely awesome backdrop, as you can see there. And if we spin around, this is all of the lawn area where we'll have all of the cars on display. So like I said, last year we had about 500 cars on display. This year we want to try and get 1,000 cars. So we're going to split. The very bottom will be for the Land Rovers and the very top bit will be for Cars and Cuppas. We're going to have a show and shine again. So last year we had a show and shine for about 20 vehicles. We're going to do exactly the same again this year. Someone last year won like a nice skateboard deck from Downshift Design. So we have the show and shine along here. We're going to have a food court. We did have a few issues last year with like not enough food and drinks, not enough like trade stands and all that sort of stuff. But there will be a lot more going on this year. So if you do want to get involved with it, then do let us know. But we really look forward to it. And like I say, on a day like today, if we have a look at the backdrop, it makes an awesome venue, so we really can't wait. We're really looking forward to it. And obviously the plans are with this event is every year to try and get bigger and better. What I want to try and do is create it into an event a bit like Salon Privé, where there's like some really nice high-end like stands and all that sort of stuff, and it feels like a premium event, because I think that's what pretty much Exeter's missing. And obviously a venue like this, it would work really, really well. And I think it would, like, over the years, it would just progress and progress. And obviously if we can get some businesses involved with it who can help sort of sponsor the event, which then in turn makes the events bigger and better, it all works, like all sort of works out for everyone sort of thing. So we do want to try and make it into something quite special. And if I could make it into something like Salon Privé, I'd be quite proud if we could do something like that. There is enough like nice cars around. There's enough really big businesses based in Exeter, so I definitely think we could do some cool things. And like I say, Winslade Manor is an awesome venue. Last year, like I said, we didn't have enough food and drink. They're going to be doing a lot more this year. They're going to be getting on it a lot more this year. And we're going to have around 10 different food stands and all that sort of stuff, including ice cream vans and coffee vans and all that sort of stuff. I think the Defender Korev beer truck is going to be here. Is it beer, cider, whatever it is? Beer. Yeah, so that's going to be here as well, which would be quite cool. But like I say, if you do want to get involved with it anyway, then please do let us know. We've taken everyone's feedback from last year, and it should be an awesome event. So anything else I need to say on Winslade, really? Just obviously that show car applications might be open by this point. If not, they will be open over the next week or so. Other than that, I think that's probably about it. What we're going to do now is take the truck for a little drive down to Exmouth and just show you one of my favourite photo spots down there. Just if anyone's watching this that wants to get some cool content of their vehicle, they know where to go in Exmouth. So next little stop off, we just took the truck down to Exmouth for a little drive around. We quite like coming down to Exmouth when the sun's out. It's one of them places where when the sun's shining, it turns into like a complete different vibe. On like a busier evening, you'd find there a lot more cars down there, and you can see some cool stuff, to be fair. They often have some cool stuff. Someone the other day put up a photo down here of a Lamborghini Countach, which was quite cool, which I've never seen down here, but you do see some cool stuff. A couple of years ago I spotted a Koenigsegg which was even cooler. I am worried we might run out of fuel in a minute, but we have got 5 litres of fuel in here just in case. It's always worth carrying around a fuel petrol can just in case in these older things, because unfortunately the fuel gauge doesn't work in this one, although it used to, but for some reason it doesn't anymore. Same as obviously the driver's window, which is staying down, which is a little bit annoying. So yeah, we're just going to go for a little drive around, and I want to show you a little cool photo spot where you can take your car if you are coming to Exmouth, which when the tide's out it makes an awesome little spot, especially if you want to take your car onto the beach. Obviously if you've got an old car you might not necessarily want to take your car on the beach, but some people do. We'll probably just take it on the ramp. But as you can see, Exmouth is a lovely little spot for a drive, so we'll continue on and then we'll send on to duck ponds. We're just about to pull up at one of the cool photo spots where you can bring your car if you are in the Exmouth area. It's literally over by the train station. We call it duck ponds. I don't actually know if you call it, if that's what it's called, but that just seems to be the nickname that we've picked up from somewhere. I don't know why, but it just makes a good spot. The tide is out, to be fair, so we probably will be able to park up alongside. But most of you and your older stuff won't want to go on the beach, and there'll probably be people saying in the comments, oh, you shouldn't be pulling up an old car like that this close to the beach, but because of the sea salt and that sea water. But it is what it is. It just makes an awesome little spot which we'll pull up alongside, and we'll get a little photo and a little video of it alongside, which is quite cool. As you can see, the tide is fully out, so we've come at a good time. As you can see, this makes an awesome spot to bring your car for some photos and for some videos. So we've got quite lucky today because the tide's out. Sometimes the tide is in, which means you have to pull a little bit further forward and you don't quite get this backdrop, but it looks absolutely unreal. So all of you photographers and videographers who want a spot, this is the one. You have got to be a little bit careful driving up onto the sand, because I think you can get fined for that. I know one of the guys last year did get pulled over from the old bill, and I think they did get a bit of a telling off. I've done some naughty things on this beach as well before, which I won't disclose on air. But yeah, as you can see, the truck looks absolutely mint. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed today's video. Obviously, we do want to try and do more videos on the Cars Cuppas channel. If you've got any other photo spots that you recommend, if you've got any other places you want me to go and explore and do a video on, then please do let me know. And obviously, most importantly, make sure you check out the next couple of events that are coming up. Obviously, on Friday, we've got our German versus JDM evening meet at Greendale, at Dunkeswell Raceway. On the 19th, we've got our Supercar Sunday at Greendale Farm Shop. And then on the 28th of June, we've got Supercar Sunday at Winslade Park, so make sure you get some tickets for that. But other than that, we're looking forward to seeing you at one of our future events, and we'll see you guys and girls on the next one. Ciao.